Ari, I hope you are good. As promised, I am doing your SEO audit for your client. And the main problem I'm having here is that the word integral coaching isn't really present on the web page that much. So it is here. But the issue is that from an SEO perspective, it's below the main headline. So this headline from an SEO point of view isn't really doing much to help your client rank for integral coaching. The page itself is relevant towards coaching, but again, it is missing that keyword. The other thing I would do is maybe try and add more content, so add more writing. Now, you have to be quite careful. You can't just spam the keyword that you're trying to promote. A couple places where you should put it. So on this headline here, so where it says ready to experience life differently, maybe say ready to experience life differently with integral coaching. That could be good. Then if we go in here, you've got something called a title tag. And if I look here, where is it? Okay, I found it. So there's this title tag here, and yours is Eulalie Sharland. So that's the name of the coach. And Google uses this particular tag to help it figure out what your page is actually about. So maybe change this to, I don't know, integral coaching in London, something like this, which I feel like would be fairly easy to rank for, no? So I just typed in integral coaching in London on Google. So the first thing I see are these Google business profiles. So this is another thing completely, but I would certainly recommend that your client sets up a Google business profile if they're able to. They'll be eligible to rank on this map here. And as you can see, this map is at the top of all of the search results. Then below here, you have the website. Okay, leadership circle, third space. I think you could probably outrank some of these people just by changing the words on your website. This headline where it says ready to experience life differently is in something called a H2 tag. And ideally, you'd want this to be in a H1 tag. So here where it says H2, that should say H1. And then maybe I would change this. I'd be like, maybe I would change the headline to something like this. Those two things are probably the most important things you can do in terms of SEO. Okay, so now let's go on to the testimonials. The blue color with the blue background, it doesn't have enough contrast. And this is an issue with accessibility. Okay, so let's go past this performance metric here, which is pretty bad. Why is it so bad? I'm shocked. We can definitely work on that. So we go down to accessibility. Now it says your accessibility is actually 100, which is surprising to me. Okay. What I was thinking, okay, let's just go back. So what I was expecting is Google was going to say that this writing is difficult to read on this, against this background. So let me demonstrate, if you make this white, what the difference will be. Okay. So hopefully now you can see with a white text, this is far easier to read. And actually I would change the font as well because I think I don't like the capital letters. I would put 5 stars here. I would maybe put some kind of logo from Google if you got these from Google. And you need a few more testimonials. Also, there's a picture of a snail here, which is not very good. So let me show you what a good testimonial section can look like. Has a logo, has 5 stars, has the name of the client. So the reason you want it to look like this as much as possible is because then Google will know that this is actually a testimonial. So I would add some more content here, maybe talk about more challenges women face and why they'd want to do your integral coaching service. And the reason is because the more you can write about integral coaching, the more chance you have of Google thinking that your content is actually relevant. But when you do this, remember, do not spam your keyword. Kind of just write about it, and then Google's own AI system will be able to figure out actually what the page is about. Now, something else I want to talk about is alt tags. So every single image should have a description, and the description is something that a screen reader will be able to read. So if someone is blind, they can't see, then their screen reader will be able to read the alt tag associated with an image, and that will help the user use your website. Now, the reason these are good is because Google can read these alt tags as well, and they use that information to figure out what your page is about. So here we've got an image, and now let me look for the alt tag. So it's going to take a while. So I can tell that your client is using Squarespace from what it looks like. And now I've built websites in Squarespace before. They do let you put in alternative text. From what I can tell, there's no alternative text here. So I would definitely look into putting an alt tag in all of your images. And you just want to say something like Integral Coach in London, Integral Coaching London, something like this, just to make it as relevant as possible. Finally, this image is loading really, really slowly. That's why you're getting such a poor performance hit on your Google Page Speed Insights. So that's something that, you should definitely look into. Maybe try and see if you can create another above the fold section. Now, I did see in your notes, you were talking about things like calls to actions, headlines, putting on social proof. So that is conversion rate optimization. So it's very, very different to SEO, but the two things work together. The SEO pulls in the traffic, and then the conversion rate optimization converts the traffic. So if you'd like my help on that as well, I'm happy to make you another video and maybe even show you what I would do for a web page. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you need another video, let me know, because we've only really just scratched the surface here. Obviously, you've got blog posts, you've got all these other pages here. But I think actually if you implement those changes that I spoke about today, then you should start to see your client rank. The most important thing you can do actually is get your client to set up a Google Business Profile. Then while she's doing that, you can start to implement the SEO changes that we talked about. Or if you need my help doing that, then I'm happy to help you with that. All right. See you later.